Sona, I'm making a video. Sona! No, Sona. Please crescendo out of here. Go! Go! Alright, you're going. Say hi! Say hi! Hello! Oh, she doesn't want to. Okay.
Never underestimate the power of the South Code. Armed and ready.
Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to actually do is I'm going to make the pudding inside of the mushrooms. And the reason why I'm going to do that first is it actually takes a while for the jello to set in the fridge, so I figured it would make the most sense to do that first. One additional thing that I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use some food coloring. And I'm going to actually dye the inside of them orange. The reason why is because obviously the mushrooms, as you guys know, Teemo's mushrooms actually explode. So I figured adding something inside would be kind of fun and would make the cupcake more genuine to what I'm trying to at least make it look like. So I actually have a measuring cup over there, but I'm too lazy. So good thing that there's a cup measuring here, and I'm gonna use that first. And I'm just gonna 2 times and pour it in. With that done now, I'm going to add the mix. So as you can see, this is what it is. And then I'm going to add my food coloring. So I'm probably going to do 2 drops of red, 1, 2, and 2 drops of the yellow. I'm just gonna make it. Alright, it's a little better. I actually broke my tripod, so yeah. And now you're gonna take a whisk and you're just gonna whisk it up. Of course, if you have the electric mixer, you can also use that. So as you can see, it is turning orange, but it's really, really light, so I might actually just add a few more drops into it, so it's kind of vibrant at least. So I'll add 1, 2, 3. I'll add 3 more. So in total it would be 5 drops of each, unless of course, now it's turning a different color. Dude, I can't do this. Add more yellow. Let's just kind of play with it and see what color you like, obviously. It's preference. Now it's looking right. It's still kind of pinky though, so I'm gonna add some more. Just kind of play with it. bright orange pudding here. And then I'm just going to put it into the fridge. So what I did is I bought a lemon cake. Of course, you don't have to buy lemon if you don't like it. But you know, I like lemon cake, so I bought it. Of course, you can buy any kind that you like. It really doesn't matter. For the instructions, what you have to do is add 1 cup of milk or water. I prefer milk, so I'm going to use that. After you add the milk, you want to add a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Then you're going to want to add 3 eggs. God damn it. Not breaking them on the table again, that didn't work. Then depending on what you want your cake batter to look like, I have 1 neon green and 1 normal green food coloring. I want them to kind of stand out, so I'm going to use the neon green and maybe darken it a little bit with 1 drop of the dark green. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of the neon green, and then, I guess we'll try one drop of the normal green and see how it turns out. If I don't like it, of course, you can use preference and add more or less. Then I'm going to use my whisk. Of course, you can use the electric beater, but I'm too lazy to get up. Mix all of that together. It's still really bright, so I'm going to be adding probably 2 more drops of the normal green. Looks better. And then, of course, mix it all together again. Make sure that you get all the bits mixed in properly. And make sure that everything is just perfect before you decide to put them into the cupcake pan. Those will work out. This is still pretty goddamn bright. So you want to preheat your oven to 350 while you're kind of pouring everything into the dishes. So what you want to do is you want to grab your cupcake pan and you want to fill it with the cupcake liners. I decided to go with the yellow ones. Just because I think that's the closest color it would be to actually be the stem for the mushroom. And now what I'm going to actually do is take an ice cream scoop and I'm just going to grab a scoop of cake mix. and I'm going to set it inside of the cupcake. And the box says that you want to fill it about 2/3. So about 2 or 3 scoops, depending on how big your ice cream scoop is. And do that for the rest of your cupcakes. Alright, so this is what it should look like. Just remember to leave a little bit of space because they will expand. You want to put them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so I just got normal vanilla icing. We're going to pull the top off. And what we're going to do is we're going to dye it. This time I think I'm going to use obviously both greens, but I'm going to use more of the dark green than the neon green just because I want the icing a little bit darker than the actual color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5 drops of the dark green and 2 drops of the neon green. Then I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to mix it into the icing. Of course, I've noticed that sometimes when I go to the stores, there's already dyed icing for different types of cake. You can buy that. It saves you the trouble of having to mix it yourself. This is still fairly very light, so I'm actually going to add a little bit more green to it. And just keep on adding food coloring as you want and as you go. Of course, like I said, it's preference. I'm just going to add a whole bunch. So I'm a lot darker than it is right now. So it's turning green slowly. Of course, there's a lot. There's a great deal of stirring and kind of turning it over to make sure that you get the bottom is helpful. That's really good. Once you're done, it should look like this. And of course, just put the lid on and store it in the fridge. Alright, so this is what they look like. The top kind of look like mushrooms. They're a little pointy, especially that one back there. That one's perfect. So make sure that you get a glove and you take them out. Be really careful. Once you take them out, just leave them on the countertop for about 15 and 20 minutes. Make sure that the cupcakes aren't actually warm because if they are, the icing when you go to put it on, it's going to drip everywhere and make a mess. Okay, so what we're going to do, since they've cooled off a decent amount, is we're actually going to start filling the cupcakes, or should I say muffins, with the pudding that we put in the fridge earlier. The simplest way to do that is take a knife, be careful, and you want to cut on an angle from about the inside in, just where this little hump starts, and you want to cut on an angle all the way around, kind of like when you carve the top off of a pumpkin. And you're going to slowly cut it off, and you're going to get a little dip inside. Now, what you're going to do is make sure it's nice and snug, and then you want to take a spoon and you want to add the pudding inside of the cupcake. Now you want to add, no, don't fill it up all the way because you actually have to put the top back on, but it should look like this. And then just cut a little piece off here, right across, and stick this back on top of your muffin. Do that to all of them. Alright, so now it's time to decorate and add the icing. So I've taken my icing out of the fridge. I'm going to pick up the cupcake. Be careful for the tops. And I'm going to spread the green icing on top. I'm going to go downwards on the cupcake, that way I don't pull it back and I bring any of the cake mix up into the icing, because then it will just look funny. And make sure you get the edges of the cupcake as well. Once you cover it, then it's easier to just kind of go in any direction you really want to. Once you finish the icing, you want to buy a large bag of M&Ms and actually pick out the purple ones. And you're just going to use about 5 M&Ms or Smarties or any kind of round candy that's purple, and just kind of place them in random spots on the cupcakes. And there you have your first one done. Continue to do that for all your cupcakes. And I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like inside once you cut them open. This is kind of make the Teemo mushrooms exploding effect. And I'm just going to cut down the center of it and show you guys. I can find where I put my knife. There we go. So, if you look inside, when you bite into it, there's pudding inside.